The new side mission was clear: educate Lu Qianchen and protect the dignity of the sect leader. Simple enough, except his only disciple had just lectured him on survival philosophy. Jun Changxiao straightened his back, cleared his throat, and prepared the most sect leader-worthy speech he could assemble on short notice. Qianchen, what you said was right. We cannot be merciful to enemies. But remember, we martial cultivators cultivate the Tao. What we cultivate is the heart. If we bully the weak, we are no different from common ruffians. And besides, those trash disciples are no threat to me. Killing them would only damage the sect's prestige. Ding, side mission complete. 1 contribution point awarded. Jun Changxiao blinked. That was surprisingly easy. He had expected a long, passionate debate. Turns out the system just needed him to sound like a sect leader. Whether Lu Qianchen was convinced was entirely her own problem. She was not convinced. The look she gave him could only be described as, "I am surrounded by fools." "I understand," she said flatly. Killing them would be a disgrace to the sect leader's prestige. "I'll do it on your behalf." Her sword was already halfway out of its sheath. "Qianchen, stop. Don't go. Put that away." Jun Changxiao scrambled after her like a man trying to prevent a natural disaster. A woman should act like a woman and not only know how to fight and kill. He called out desperately. That was a mistake. Lu Qianchen stopped. She turned around slowly. Her eyes were cold as winter ice. Who said that women can't fight and kill? Jun Changxiao looked at her face, genuinely beautiful, genuinely terrifying, and made an executive decision to drop the topic entirely. He privately concluded, this woman had a story. A deep, complicated, probably dangerous story. And the wisest move was to never, ever ask about it. "Qianchen," he said gently, "put your sword away first." She did. Then she added, "I listen to the sect leader's orders, but do not look down on women." He wasn't looking down on her. He was genuinely worried about her safety. But explaining that felt like a battle he couldn't win, so he said nothing. As they walked, Jun Changxiao found himself brooding over one question. How do you earn the respect of a disciple who clearly thinks you're slightly below average? No answer came, so instead, he opened the system panel and browsed the beginner store with 5 freshly earned contribution points burning a hole in his spiritual pocket. Fireball Talisman, 10 points. Icicle Talisman, 10 points. Cold Edge Sword, 10 points. 9 Heavy Collapsing Fist Technique, 10 points. Everything cost exactly twice what he had. He scrolled to the very bottom of the list with increasingly low expectations and found one lonely item. The Beginner Healing Pill, price, 1 contribution point. He stared at it. He wasn't injured. He had no use for a healing pill right now. But Baba, even if it were free, I wouldn't need it. He closed the panel. Fate, however, had already decided otherwise. Lu Qianchen stopped walking without a word. Her hand drifted to her sword hilt. "There's someone," she said quietly. Jun Changxiao looked around. Trees, walks, empty road. Not a single human being in sight. Where? She didn't answer, just kept her eyes locked on the bushes beside the road, which were trembling slightly. Jun Changxiao squinted. Could it be a berserk beast? A reasonable fear, given that earlier on this very trip, he had encountered a beast strong enough to smash trees like twigs. That encounter had ended with sect leader Jun very calmly declaring the mountain forest unsuitable for travel due to excessive feces and urine and taking a long detour. "It's not a beast," Lu Qianchen said. "It's a person." Jun Changxiao exhaled with genuine relief and walked straight over. He parted the bushes and found a cultivator soaked in blood, unconscious on the ground. Not just hurt, heavily, critically, possibly fatally injured. Lu Qianchen looked at the sky, then at the road, then delivered her assessment. "It's getting dark. Let's hurry." "We're not going to save him." Jun Changxiao stared at her. She stared back with the expression of someone explaining gravity to a rock. Who knows if he has enemies chasing him? Saving him might bring trouble to the sect. Jun Changshou crouched down, lifted the man's blood-stained robe, and examined the wounds. Look, these are claw marks. He was attacked by a beast, not a person. Lu Qianchen paused. Then, even so, he has internal injuries. You don't know medicine. How exactly are you planning to save him? Jun Changshou opened his palm with a grin. Sitting in it, a small, peanut-sized pill. I have a healing pill. Lu Qianchen studied the little pill with the skepticism of a professional. From the color alone, that's ordinary wound medicine. It won't touch internal injuries. Whether it works or not, we'll know after we try, he said simply. And without waiting for her objection, he pried the man's mouth open and fed him the pill. Silence. Lu Qianchen folded her arms. She had already written off this man's survival in her mental ledger. Then, cough, cough, the unconscious man's eyelids trembled. Once, twice, and then slowly, painfully, they opened. Lu Qianchen went very still. Her beautiful eyes, for the first time all day, showed something that might generously be called surprise. Jun Changshou looked up at her with the most satisfied smile he had worn all chapter and said, "The effects of my healing pills look pretty good."